Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Gergő coming to you live from London, UK. Hope you are doing well. From nature, I just came here, there's a nice sunset. So I just came out and grounding myself a little bit. I can show you. If you see, I'm barefoot. And yeah, I just came out to here. I want to talk about an interesting topic with you. Hope you are well. Hope you have a good day, don't have a bad day. So welcome to episode number 17, 4+1 tips to manage those bad days. It's a little bit ironic that I choose this topic for today, and I don't really have a good day, to be honest. A little bit bad, a little bit could be better. And it's funny that last week I was talking about how to create the best day for yourself. And hey, there's a dog here. Hello. Hey buddy. So I was talking about how to create the best day for yourself. It doesn't always happen, right? I mean, those tips are working, I know that. But yeah, it's a bit ironic for today, and it's a bit funny that I was talking about that last week. That's why I'm here in nature. You know, nature is always helps you healing. And actually grounding could be like an extra tip, maybe 5+1 or 4+1+1. Grounding, it's walking barefoot on grass, sand, water, anything that's nature. Walking barefoot, and basically the surface of the earth is full of negative ions, and actually you absorb them through your skin, and they have a really good healing effect. So it helps. These are little things, nothing special, nothing extra you haven't heard about or nothing like that. But yeah, I'd like to give you a few tips, and maybe it helps. These are my tips. These things are working for me. I'm doing them. And there's a lot more, so I don't mention like meditation and all those things. It's quite obvious in my opinion. So I just like to give you my point of view, or my personal view on this. And if there's anyone that can benefit from this, can get some value from this, then it's awesome. If not, then I can watch it again when I have a bad day another time and just remind myself. So yeah, before I jump into that couple of tips, I just like to tell you something. I had a conversation with someone, and a good friend of mine, and we were talking about my Telegram channel, the Truth Seeker. I don't know how many of you know it. I post lots of things there, what I call the truth, my truth at least. Or lots of other people's truths, but yeah, he told me that, Gergő, if you want to manifest, if you really want to manifest all those things that you wish for, lots of good goals and nice goals and dreams and wishes, he said that if you keep focusing on these bad things and these negative news and scary stuff and all these things, then you just lower your energy level, and you just don't help yourself. And I told him, and actually I probably wanted to convince him and wanted to convince myself that I can look for these news, just look at it and just read it or watch that video or anything without emotionally attached, if that makes sense. But he said, no, you can't. And he's right, because he reminded me again with what I know. Obviously everything is energy, frequency and vibration, and what I usually like to say, it's one of my favorite sayings, like, where focus goes, energy flows and result shows. So he was right, that if I keep observing these things, if I keep looking after this shit stuff, let's call it this way, then I don't help myself. And if I think about the last 2 years, he's right. So, you know, I didn't admit it for myself, and it's always difficult to admit these things. You know, it hurts when you realize that, oh shit, I lied to myself. And things I'm talking about, like, I don't even realize that I don't implement them in my life. And yeah, he was right, so I had to admit. So I made a decision, and this morning I just posted a message in the Telegram channel. And if you follow the channel, you probably saw it. For those who don't, I basically just said that you know, I'm just recently started a new chapter in my life, and for that to be able to happen and to be able to go for everything I really want and manifest everything I really want, I need to close the previous chapter, and that's what I did. And you know, I'm ready to take the next step and go further with everything I wish for myself, for my loved ones, you know, for the world, for humanity, and dream bigger than what I did so far. So I put out this message on Telegram that you know, I recently started a new chapter and I already enjoy it, and this Telegram channel will not be part of it. So no more posts, no more conspiracy stuff, looking and what's going on, what's the latest news. It's just enough. I have enough information for myself. You know, if I talk to someone and they ask me, I'm happy to share them what I know. But there's no point keep doing it, because I did it in the last 2 years, and you know, I achieved good things. I helped people to wake up. I created lots of new friendships. I met people that became, you know, best friends and super important people in my life in just weeks or just a few months. So, you know, I'm not saying it wasn't worth it. It was worth it. And if I would start again, I would do everything the exact same way, because I needed this experience and I needed the lesson. But I think I learned the lesson, so thank you very much. So Telegram is not gonna operate anymore. I didn't delete it just yet. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But no more that shit. I don't need it anymore. So, and I feel it was a big step, because I have almost 1,500 posts on that group, and lots of data, lots of things. But I don't need to check back. I don't need to repeat it. I know those things. I have the information. I have enough information, you know, for creating my future. So that's one step that I took personally, to have less bad days in the future. But you know, we can't avoid it. Bad days are always here. Bad days, good days, you know, it's just life. So let me share you some tips, some easy tips. And the first one is music, or in my case, music and dancing. Not dancing as well sometimes in the car, but music and singing. Small tip, but music has a healing effect. Music has such a huge effect, and I'm sure you know that. It's just good to repeat sometimes. It's good to remind ourselves sometimes when just you have those bad days and you don't know what to do. Just put on some music. Sometimes it helps more than you think. And if you even want to go further, like go on YouTube or just go Google or anywhere and just type in 432 hertz music, 432. That's a healing frequency. You will find a lot. I mean, YouTube is full of them. I usually play these during the night while I sleep, because there are some like 6-8 hours long ones, and it just has the effect while you sleep. And that's when you can heal yourself the most, because your conscious mind is shut, your subconscious is active, and the healing frequency is just doing what they have to do. And maybe some of your angels are joining, you know, while you sleep. So that's one thing, music. The second one is the most simple, breathing, subconscious breathing. It's always good. Already better if you just focus on your breathing. You bring yourself back to the present moment. Otherwise your mind is just keep jumping between past and future. If you start focusing on your breathing and being conscious about it, then you are in the present. You listen to yourself. So that helps. And the third one is something I learned a long time ago from a Hungarian speaker guy. quite famous in Hungary. And he said that when you're in a bad situation, ask yourself the question that, is it gonna matter in 5 years from now or 10 years from now? And if the answer is no, then it's not worth it to worry about it, right? If the answer is yes, and if you say, yeah, it's gonna matter in 10 years, 5 years, whatever, I have some of those, goals and dreams. For example, like starting these videos. I started in February with the 10 days live challenge, and I procrastinated for 2 years. And if I don't start it this year, or next year, or the following year, then I would regret it, and it's something that matters in 5 years from now as well. So I'm glad I did. And I just don't want to procrastinate further. And if you watch this, and if you have similar thoughts, or if you can relate to this, if you can resonate with this message, then I'm talking to you. And I try to remind you as well as reminding myself. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to wait and just live in fear and what if I will try it? What if you don't try it? What if you don't go ahead? I mean, I know I'm making mistakes. I made a lot in my life, and I probably will. I just made some recently, and I'm just fixing them, and I learned a lesson from them. It's just sometimes painful. Simple as it is. So if it matters in 5-10 years from now, then do your best to fix it. If it's not, there's no point worrying about it. And the fourth one is also from this guy, this Hungarian speaker guy. He said that imagine the situation much worse, with a much worse outcome. So like if you cannot catch the bus, you're late and it just left, then it didn't hit you. So or when your plane is in delay and you cannot take off on time. I mean, you don't have a crash, at least a plane crash. So I know it's silly, but if you think about it, it helps. If you are conscious enough, thinking about those thoughts when you are in a bad mood, like, okay, what if it was worse? And actually think about it like, okay, the bus didn't hit me, so just the fact that I didn't catch it, it's not bad, right? So these 4 things: music, breathing, imagine it worse, and ask yourself a question: is it gonna matter from 5 years from now, 10 years from now? These are usually help me when I use them, when I remind myself to use them. One of the reasons I create this video, I can look back at the next bad day, but yeah, and the +1, that's the best. That's why I put it like this, like 4 + 1. Because the +1 tip to manage those bad days is simply, you don't need to manage. You don't need to manage those bad days. Why should you? Why should you try to fix it and make it better and change it like no matter what? If you can, awesome, you can. I told you the story last week in my previous video that the whole day was bad, and in the evening we just decided, my friend, that we will have a nice evening. We just decided, and it just became a really nice evening, and that's it. But if you just want to make it even more simple, then just don't change it. Why should you change it? What's wrong with bad days? Or why bad day is a bad day? I mean, I think it's just a label. This is probably how we train in society. Like show your best self. Always smile. I mean, I've never seen anyone who can smile all day, every day, their entire life, and just happy. Oh no. Good days, bad days. We need the balance. If we don't have bad days, we don't have balance. Life is about balance, right? I mean, if there's no darkness, then we couldn't see the stars. And I mean, can you imagine waking up in the middle of the night and it's bright sunshine out there? It wouldn't be good. So, just another example. Darkness is not bad. It's needed. We need it. Or cold and warm, or I could say anything. Winter, summer. Everything has an opposite. The balance is important. But yeah, you can try to go for much more good days than bad days. You can manage that, or not necessarily bad days, just like a neutral mood, like not good, not bad, just okay, all right. So these things, and yeah, we've been trained that we just have to change our mood, show our best self. This is why social media is such a fake world. Like, when was the last time you seen someone, posting that, hey folks, quite shitty day, not a good mood, quite bad mood actually, nothing worked out the way I wanted. How are you? I've never seen those posts. I've never seen. That's why it's fake. And those people who, you know, just show that life is the best, and they show the best memories of their lives. Obviously, who wants to share bad things? I'm not saying that you know, don't share good news. Of course, share that. But I just miss some authenticity from some social media, and that's why I was thinking about this. Like should I do this live today? And I procrastinated it the last 2 times, and just because I'm not in that very happy mood, you know, then why should I be happy in every single video that I make? You know, I'm not here to complain. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna play a victim or anything like that. I just admit that this day wasn't as good. That's it, life. So maybe just more authenticity. I don't know, or I don't mind, you know, doing this live. And the other thing is, you know, when just to kind of diving a little bit more deep into this, that when you think about a baby, like a small child, and they cry, and what's the first they hear? Like, oh, don't cry. I mean, why not? I mean, who came up with this bullshit? Like, oh, don't cry. And when I was a kid, you know, they said, oh, guys don't cry, men don't cry. Why not? We are, you know, emotional beings. We are human beings. We're made of love, actually, and lots of our emotions. That's what our sacral chakra is about. That's the house of our emotions. It contains everything, and sometimes you cannot control it. But we need it. We need those days because, you know, those days make us stronger, or those days remind us what we have to do, and all these things. Today I had lots of realizations, and the last couple of days I admitted myself those things that, you know, even from childhood, stuff that I thought that I'm over it, and I'm fine with it, and, you know, I just became strong and confident, and, you know, I was just recently reminded that maybe there's some more there, maybe there's some more healing needed there, and it's true. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but I just want to tell you that bad days are not necessarily bad. You don't need to fix them no matter what. You just need to leave them. You just need to accept it. You just need to be okay with it. Like, it might happen, so what? And when someone says that, oh, don't cry, I mean, I say that if you feel like you want to cry, then cry. If you feel like you want to scream, then scream. I mean, I'm in a huge big park, 2 minutes away from my house. And, you know, I can imagine just walking to the middle and just screaming, shouting, or whatever, singing or anything. Like, let those emotions come out. That's what my friend told me recently. Like, you know, what do you do when someone is crying? Oh, come here. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. And actually, he was right when he said that just let it go, let it happen. It has to happen. It has to come out. That's a good thing. That's healing. That's proper healing. So, you know, I think this is the lesson for today, or this video. Like, don't necessarily try to change it. Accept it. Try to accept it and just live it. Let it happen. Let those emotions flow. And after, you will feel much better. That's for sure. So, and you know, the other thing is that I was talking about in my video called 8+1 tips to raise your frequency, and I said in that video, and I don't know how many of you seen it or not, there was basically a list of frequencies from the lowest vibration to the highest vibration. Obviously, low frequencies are bad emotions, and then as you go up, it gets better, and then, you know, love and enlightenment and joy and all those things, peace, and they are the highest. And I said that you cannot always be on the top. Even if you don't go down to like shame or fear or those things, you will go down somewhere like to neutral or somewhere, and then after you can go back, because that's life. That's how life works. That's why our heart beats like this. I said that last week as well. So it's not a bad thing, not a bad thing. So if it helps, I'm glad. And if you're in a similar situation, or you don't know how to manage your bad days, or you have other tips that you can share with me or share with others, feel free to let me know. Or if you go through some difficulties recently, you know, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to hear your stories. I'm happy to listen to your stories. So yeah, music, briefing, ask yourself a question, is it gonna matter 10 years from now? Imagine it worse if that helps. But the plus one is just accept it. Just leave that moment, just let it happen. Let it go, let it flow, let the emotion come. Let the tear come, let the whatever come. And then after, when you have a good day, you do the same with laughter. You do the same with smile. You do the same with the good things. So why would you not do it with the bad things, right? So, but this is just my point of view. As I said, if you think differently, share with me. I'm curious. I'm happy to learn from you guys. So yeah, just accept it. There's nothing wrong with it. So I hope you got some value from this, and if so, I'm glad. If you got something to take away from this, or benefit from this, or I could give you a new perspective that you didn't think of maybe, then I'm glad. And I'm happy to do that. It was worth it to make this video and record this video. So yeah, that's all for tonight, folks. And I'm just thinking that, you know, when I started the lives, weekly lives, I was thinking about this, that, you know, what if I have bad days? I mean, if like every Thursday, I mean, how can I guarantee for myself that every Thursday I will be happy and energetic and just deliver the best for you I can? Well, the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks just proved that it's not always the case. So, you know, maybe I will come up next week with something again. And obviously from now on, as I said, I started a new chapter. I finished the bad things. I'm not willing to consume any negative shit, any negative news anymore. I don't care. I just don't care. There are so many things, so many beautiful things that we can create in this world together. I want to be part of it. And just share good things, joy and happiness and how-tos and whatever I know. And in the meantime, I just remain a student as well. We are eternal students, and I committed myself to lifetime learning. So I learn and I share, and I learn and I share. And if you benefit from it, awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, I hope you got some value from this. And I'm just thinking that maybe I will not keep up with these weekly Thursday lives. Maybe I just go live once a week, but I will choose the day, or we'll see. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But thanks for watching tonight. I appreciate you. I love you all. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a better evening, or a good evening, or a lovely evening. But if you have a bad one, then maybe this video helped. I really hope. So yeah, enjoy your evening. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.